Today is Guru Purnima, the full moon dedicated to the Guru. And so today I bow to all of my Gurus. We just finished some puja here for them. And I pray humbly for blessings for all you. Why do we need a Guru? Why do we need a teacher? Spiritual teacher is different than a teacher of other subjects. Teacher of medicine, teacher of mathematics, teacher of music, teacher of dance. They fill the mind with knowledge. Even certain spiritual teachers are more like acharyas. They're teaching the knowledge. They may teach us how to recite a mantra properly. They may teach us how to do a yoga practice, some yoga kriyas. They may teach us about the philosophy in the scriptures. But a guru is different. A guru has to have some level of heightened spiritual awareness. They have to be somewhat free from the forces of Maya that bind the soul. So unlike these other type of teachers that fill your mind with knowledge, the spiritual teacher removes the knowledge from the mind, removes the preconceived notions, removes the attachments that say, I am this body, I am male, I am female, I am 40 years old, 20 years old, 70 years old. I am a doctor. I am attorney. I am a taxi cab driver, Lyft driver. This identity is not untrue. It's not unreal. In the Shaiva Siddhanta philosophy, in the Sri Vidya philosophy, Maya is not false. Maya is not pure delusion, illusion. It's the phenomenal world. We need the world so the soul can be born into a body and we can continue to do our spiritual practice, which can help to free us. But the ego can never really free itself. We have the ahamkara, the ego bound by this force they call anava mala. Anava means the sense of being limited. The soul is limited when it's embodied. We call it the jiva, in Sanskrit, the embodied soul. It's limited. It has a recollection probably of only this particular lifetime and not the previous lifetimes and not the future lifetimes. It doesn't know where it came from, this soul embodied. It doesn't know where it's going. And it identifies with a very limited aspect of the true self, which is called the Atma. The Atma is limitless. It's not just in this body. It's in the life of every body, of every living being throughout the universe. It pervades the entire cosmos because it's one with the Lord from which everything came. But when we're bound by this sense of being limited, we gain experiences through the 5 senses of the body, through the mind, and we can't see what is beyond our scope of vision. We can't see what is subtle. Why does science not generally accept all these spiritual concepts that we talk? Because they're analyzing with the mind. what they can perceive with the five senses. And the spiritual things are subtler. The nature of the soul is subtler. The spiritual beings, the devas, the ancestors, the gods, all these spiritual beings are subtler. We can't see them with the two eyes. We can't take a photograph of them. You can take a video of me talking to you. And you can hear the sounds made with the vocal cords. That sound vibration is sent out to the microphone, and it records these sounds. The video doesn't capture the spiritual energy that I'm sending to you. Generally, the embodied soul cannot free itself from what binds it because it's bound. If a dog is chained to a fence or to a tree or something, can that dog release itself? Generally, no. Probably needs someone to come and unchain it. The embodied soul generally needs some assistance because it's bound, it's limited. It can't see beyond what it experiences. Even if a person learns the spiritual practices, they learn the mantras, they learn the pujas, they need the guru to empower the practice so that it will have its effect to uplift them. Grace must come from beyond because we are bound. And so the guru consciously clips those things that are binding you. Clip, 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 clip. The words entertain your mind, so you'll sit here and listen to what I'm saying to you. But really, all I'm doing is clip, 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 clipping. It's a subtle form of energy work on your bodies, your subtler bodies. The nadis, the subtle channels of energy flowing through the body. There'll be certain granthis there, knots. Spiritual knots preventing the flow of energy, preventing the flow of consciousness into the higher chakras. To some extent, just seeing the guru, being in the presence of a teacher with some awakened consciousness will begin this process of uplifting you. But then we have to be very careful because the mind will start to purge negative emotions. Really, the guru has entered into the light within themselves. Their guru has helped them to see that light. Otherwise, they'd remain caught in darkness. They've tapped into this light, and then they radiate out this light for others to uplift them. Or we could say it's peace. They've gone into a deep, steady feeling of peace within themselves that has nothing to do with the mind and the thoughts and the feelings going through the mind. It's very peaceful even when there's angry thoughts or fearful thoughts running through the mind. So the guru has attained some peace within and radiates out that peace. To some extent, the teacher can't help it. They may try to hold it back, but it affects people. Just to be in the presence, just to hear the words. Because there's spiritual energy, it's charged with some spiritual energy. Because of that inner awareness, and it guides your awareness within. This is the concept of sangha, satsanga, good associations. We have asanga also, bad associations. If we're around angry people, jealous people, very worldly people, very hedonistic people, we will tend to be influenced toward that. If we're around a guru or a very spiritual person, someone who does a lot of prayer, someone who's very humble, someone who's very prayerful, someone who's very spiritually minded, very peaceful in nature, very happy, it will tend to uplift us toward these more spiritual states of mind. We need not be in the physical presence of a teacher. There's a story in Mahabharata of Dronacharya. Dronacharya was an archer. He was teaching some students, and one student came to him asking if he could learn Ekalavya. He came to the Guru, he said, "Can I learn?" And that Guru said, "No, I shouldn't teach you." Maybe, probably, Drona was testing the student to see how determined he was, see if he would prepare himself more and come back and ask again. But this guy was very smart. He said, "Well, the Guru said no, but the Guru has the knowledge, and the knowledge is radiating out from the teacher." He said, "I will build a statue of the teacher, clay statue or whatever, and I'll invoke the teacher there, and I'll learn." And he was very determined, and he connected energetically, because the knowledge is pouring out from the teacher. A teacher can't withhold the blessing, can't withhold the knowledge, can't withhold the light. A candle can't withhold the light that shines out from it. The flame simply produces light, and it's sent out into the atmosphere. So distantly, without that Guru's blessing, he learned. And he became very adept at archery. We don't need to be in the physical presence of the teacher, but it can help, because we may not know what to do. We have to make ourselves very balanced to advance in the spiritual practice. If we're too angry, we have to become more peaceful. If we're too dull, we have to become more active. If we're too active, we need to slow down. It can be difficult to see if you're going too fast or too slow. So the teacher can provide some useful guidance and input in these things, give you tips how to evaluate, encourage you in the practices that are beneficial, discourage you from the practices which are less beneficial. But then when we get the Guru's blessing, it can really empower our practice. The teacher will prepare the student for this. They'll see if that student can follow instructions. They'll see if that student is dedicated, if they can persist. They see if that student gets upset easily, if they get overwhelmed. Just being in the presence of the teacher, a lot of emotions can come up because that light comes into your consciousness. And it starts to displace the darkness in your mind. Unconscious thoughts and feelings start to rise up. So we have to be very careful to remain mindful of this process as we do spiritual practice, and never to blame the teacher for what we're feeling, never to blame God, never to blame the practice. Sure, God's grace flowing through the Guru, empowering the practice that we do, causes you to then feel these things. But really, they're not the initial cause. They're helping you to release these things if we can have the wisdom to see it as such. A lot of people don't have this wisdom. They start to experience this and they feel overwhelmed, they get angry. And if the teacher is there, they get angry at the teacher. If the teacher's not there, they get angry at other students around, or they get angry at the people in their lives, and they start to project and they act out of these bad feelings. And they create a lot more new karma for themselves rather than getting free from it. We have to be very detached. We have to have the dispassion to witness as these things pass by the grace of the Guru. It can be very difficult, and that's why some people describe this flame of awareness of the Guru like a fire that burns up your karmas. Sometimes it can be very intense when we start the practice, so we have to have that awareness. We have to have a dedication before the teacher will give the blessing to really empower a person's practice. They have to teach them about these things, and then they have to test them as well to make sure that they understand. Can the student do what they say they're going to do? Can they persist? Do you hear from this person regularly over time? Or do you hear from them for a little time and then they disappear for a while? They have to be dedicated, they have to be persistent, they have to be sincere, and they have to have the intellectual understanding of the process, but then also they have to have an experiential knowledge. That's why often when the student comes to the teacher will suggest that they do some seva, some spiritual service. Or the Guru may just send them on some wild goose chase. Go to this temple, go to this place. Meet me here. And you go and the Guru's not even there. The Guru says, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot. They get them to complete certain tasks to see if they're capable of doing what they say they'll do. As the student attempts these little tasks, little attachments start to come up, be revealed to them. Little obstacles come. A little bit of feeling starts to get released from their subconscious mind by the spiritual energy of the teacher, by that grace. Not as much will come at this time as when they're initiated to do some puja practice, mantra practice, or something like that. But a little bit will come. And they can start to get a working understanding of how to respond when the spiritual practice has its effect. People wrongly think that if they meditate, if they chant mantras, they'll feel just very happy, very blissful, very peaceful. Sometimes it can have just the opposite effect. It will make you feel very badly for a short time as it purges these negative emotions. We're never at peace because we have a lot of anxiety and fear repressed in our subconscious mind. If we truly are seeking peace, we've got to release that which is caught. We've got to let go of it. We've got to let go of the attachments. And there may be parts of your ego self that protest that process. They may resist that process, and they cause you a lot more pain when they cause you to resist. If you can relax and let everything flow, it's never so difficult. We get a lot of pain when we resist, when we protest, when we say, this is not good, I don't want this. What does it matter if you feel like you want it or you don't want it? If some experience is there to be experienced, you have to experience it. I don't know what else you can do. If there's garbage in the garbage can, you can't pretend that it's not there. Well, you can, but what will happen? The garbage will just keep building up and it will rot and fester and become disgusting, and fruit flies will come and maggots will come and it will start to smell very bad. And you can keep pretending that it's not there, but it's getting worse and worse and worse. And this happens in your subconscious mind also. So in your practice, don't be afraid to let these things come out of you. Sit there with them, witness them. You don't have to act upon them. You just have to see them for what they are. You just have to feel them. Just witness it, and then it will go. Don't attach, don't judge it, don't qualify it, don't quantitate it, don't analyze it, don't measure it. Don't try to understand where it started, where it came from. It came from within you, from some time past that you may not remember. It could have come from a past lifetime. It's not important to understand all the details of it. It's important to be aware of it. The more aware you are, the more aware you become that you are not it. Otherwise, it remains with you in your subconscious mind, influencing every decision that you make, every word that you say, everything that you want, everything that you do has been predetermined by these attachments you're holding on to. Most people don't have any bit of free will in this life. Every decision will be made by these thoughts and feelings repressed within them, these karmas, these attachments. So get detached by witnessing it very carefully. The more attention you pay to it, if you look at something, you get the thought that you are distant from that thing. If I look at this book, it reflects light to the eyes. And then the brain processes and it says, oh, okay, that's over there and I'm seeing it. Same with your thoughts, same with your feelings. If you just pay very careful attention to them, they lose their control over you. And then you don't have to say, I am angry. You can say, the feeling I'm feeling is anger. And I'm quite peaceful and happy to be feeling the anger. You could be happy to watch a movie where the characters are angry and fighting, right? So why not happily witness your own feelings? It can be very difficult for people to understand that they can choose to be happy. They can't choose what they're thinking or feeling necessarily, but they can choose to be happy about it or they can choose to be unhappy about it. The more peaceful we make ourselves in this way, the more we get detached from this egoism and this limited sense of I am the body, which ends here in space and can only perceive what is seen with the eyes. Then we can start to perceive subtler realities. We can start to become uplifted. But don't try to witness all that. Don't try to witness ghosts and spirits and deities. Allow yourself to be very much aware of your current experience. And then you'll start to let go of the attachments and you'll start to transcend. By the grace of the Guru. This is a great day for practice, for meditation, for introspection, for mantra practice. The mantra guides our awareness energetically to higher realms of consciousness, higher realms of awareness. It doesn't matter what deity we pray. Could be Ganesha, Shiva, Devi, Vishnu, Venkateshwara, whoever. You can just recite the name of the God. Ganapataye Namaha, Om Ganapataye Namaha, Ganeshaya Namaha, Vinayakaya Namaha. Any name we like. There's hundreds of names, there's thousands of names for these deities. Could be any name that we prefer. Just say the name of the deity, because it's a powerful mantra that's been revealed that energetically will tend to uplift your consciousness, starts to break this veil of Maya. Maya is the world, but Maya also implies our limited sense of the world. Our being bound to the world. Being bound to karma. That we feel we've done certain things and therefore we feel we deserve certain things to be done to us and we bind ourselves to a certain destiny. In reality, you're not the doer. Probably you didn't even make the decision. You feel like you made the decision, but you didn't make the decision to speak or to act. Some other forces did that. It's beyond your control. You're the witness. You're the soul. It's in everything. It's beyond everything. There's no separation between you and other people, because the soul of the other person is also one with God. In God, people are all the same, all brothers and sisters. But they're really all the same. Like you have several fingers on your hand. They're all a part of the same hand. They're all connected to the hand. And every soul is like a hair growing out of the body of the Lord. It's all connected in the Lord. There is some limited outer aspect, and there's a sense of separation. But the separation is an illusion. How do we see this? We do the practice. We seek the grace of the teacher. A lot of people, they want to donate to the gurus on Guru Purnima. They want to donate money or clothing or foods or whatever. And it's not a bad idea. When you give something, you open a channel. You open yourself more to the blessings that they can send to you. But really, the better thing to give to a teacher on the Guru Purnima is to do the practice that you learned from the teacher, because that will uplift you, bring you to a higher state, and then your presence on earth will uplift others around you. That's really the best gift you can give to the teacher. Teacher doesn't need anything from you necessarily, but wants for you to be happy, wants for you to be peaceful, wants for you to know your true self. We suffer because we identify falsely with these outer aspects of who we are. And those things can change. If you're happy because you're a doctor, maybe they'll come along and they'll take away your medical license. Then what do you have left? What will make you happy then? It's better to be happy for no reason. Excuse me. Better to be happy with everything that comes. We have to have a very innocent, very childlike sort of attitude, not judging everything like, I don't like this, I like that, I don't like this, this is bad, this is good. The child, newborn baby, looks at everything. When their eyesight starts to come, then they're just, ooh, what is this? They see a poisonous snake, they're, ooh, what is this? Yay, it moves like this, wow. That's amazing, that's beautiful. They see a mountain, a beautiful sunset, they say, oh, wow, it's beautiful. They see a beautiful looking person, they say, oh, so beautiful. They see an ugly looking person, oh, so beautiful. It's all amazing, it's all a new experience, because they're not carrying all these preconceived notions and beliefs and sense of preference. They don't say, I want this, I don't want that. They say, wow, let's look at this new thing. Even when they see the same person, they look at it like it's a new thing. Wow, wow, this is so interesting. Because it's all a relatively new experience for them. We've got to live life like that. Drop all of our preconceived notions and our sense of preference and like and dislike and all that. Like everything. Life has ups and downs, like a roller coaster ride. So have fun, ride the ride. Sometimes it's going up, sometimes it's going down. Just enjoy, sit back and enjoy. Eventually you'll get back around to where you need to be at the end of the ride. You go up and down some, maybe you do a flip. enjoy the ride of ups and downs in life. For a while you have to do one task, and then later you have to do a different task. No problem. Do all the tasks joyously, happily. Then the teacher's grace can come to you, uplift you, help you see more of who you are. Look within, be sincere. Notice the feelings that you've avoided. Notice the beliefs you have about yourself. A lot of people limit themselves with a lot of beliefs. They may think they're not intelligent enough, not attractive enough to accomplish certain things. Don't limit yourself. If you have a very confident attitude, it doesn't matter if you've got the qualification or the skill. You'll convince other people you can do it, and you'll succeed at doing it likely. If you apply yourself, you try. It can be possible. So all the teacher really wants is for you to be less limited, less unhappy, to have more of what you want in life. You want to work hard, buy a house, that's fine. No problem. That's your karma, your dharma for some reason. Work hard, buy a house, no problem. Donate a little to the guru and to the temples when you can. Help the needy people when you can. If there's hungry people, give them some food if you can. Our job is not just to be greedy, but if you want something, work for it. Try to get it. You won't be happy if you don't try. We have to admit to ourselves these kind of desires and attachments, and if it's a good desire, work for it. That's how you know what your dharma is, your path in this lifetime. Maybe you want to do some work for the world. Maybe you want to become a doctor, help people with their diseases. That's fine. Study hard. Go to medical school. Do the best you can. And then even if you don't pass, if they don't let you in to the medical school, at least you can say to yourself, well, I tried as hard as I could. So I guess it's not meant to be, not the Lord's will. At least you'll be satisfied that you tried. You don't want to live your life with a lot of regrets. Well, I've taken a lot of your time. I think that I'll leave it at that for now, but happy Guru Purnima to everyone. May the Lord bless you. Om Sahana Vavato Sahana Bhunakto Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vadhitamastoma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.